of the Ohio Republican Party. It's a major milestone, and I think it reflects unprecedented unity in the Republican Party of this state. That puts us in an incredibly strong position heading into 2026. We're not going to take anything for granted. As I mentioned to the committee just now, we now move to a phase of this campaign where we're not just talking to the Republican primary base as it exists, but now growing that Republican base to win even more lasting and commanding majorities. The way we're running this campaign is really not about left versus right. It is about up versus down. And we in Ohio choose up. And we enter now a policy-rich phase of the campaign ahead, where we're going to have rollouts of major policies addressing what I see as some of the most pressing issues that Ohio is going to have to confront in the next decade. And some of those issues are familiar, others have not been talked about as much as we should have. Issues like population decline, issues like a looming energy and potential electricity shortage in our state, issues like the educational achievement deficiency, not just in our state, but across our country. These are areas where I want Ohio to lead our region and frankly to lead our country in the path back to greatness. I want to take an opportunity as well to thank the other statewide elected officials and state leaders. Senator McCauley, President McCauley,
thank you.
I appreciate your support. Senator Rogner, it's been great to be with you and to all of the other people in our coalition that has been more united as a Republican Party than we have seen probably in our state's history. And we want to use that to not just unite the Republicans of Ohio, but to unite the Ohioans across this state, earning the votes of not only those who agree with us, but frankly, those whose votes we will have to work hard to earn over the next year and a half. And if we do our jobs, I'm confident that we will. Ohio's best days are going to be ahead of us. Our nation's best days are going to be ahead of us. And we're going to start in the coming, let's just say near term, with a major policy rollout that addresses some of those challenges with solutions that have not been raised or even considered in any of the 50 states of our union. We're going to lay that out right here in Ohio in the near term. Stay tuned for that, for our first significant out-of-the-box policy drop. But that's just even still going to be the beginning of a broader path to greatness for Ohio and greatness for the United States of America. So thank you all for being here.
Do you have a short list for your lieutenant governor?
We're going to turn to that in the second half of the year.
What do you say to those within the party who say the party should not take sides in primaries, Republican versus Republican, that they should have stayed out?
Look, I'm grateful to the endorsement that I received today. And what I can tell you is there was a lot of wisdom in that room. There was a lot of rich dialogue, debate in that room, which I had a chance to witness and participate in for a small portion of it today. And I have to say that a party that's able to engage in open dialogue, respectful, civil discourse, weighing different sides of a question, and then to come to a decisive decision, I think is the mark of a strong party. And I think it bodes well for the future of the Ohio Republican Party. I think it's a testament to the leadership that we were able to marshal, the leadership of that party was able to marshal all those viewpoints to be able to be considered in a thoughtful way. I think is just a testament to how strong this party really is, to be able to have civil discourse, discussion, and then conclude as we just did with a 60-3, I'm told, vote in favor of endorsing me as the endorsed candidate. I think it reflects a great position of unity.
What are you looking for? What kind of qualities are you looking for in a lieutenant governor?
Look, I want a governing partner, and I will tell you, it's not just the lieutenant governor that matters. There's going to be a lot of positions that matter in addressing what I see as some of the core issues that we got to pay more attention to. I come back to population decline. I come back to our looming potential electricity shortage, unless we actually wake up and address that head on. And then the educational achievement crisis, not just in Ohio, but across the country, but where we in Ohio can lead the way. So the way I hope to lead Ohio is not just to take the existing org chart as given and fill them in like, spots on a placemat, but instead to ask who's going to lead in the areas where we actually want to make a change and drive a difference to the state. So no doubt the lieutenant governor will be an important choice and one that I will consider very carefully when making that decision. But there will be other similarly important positions that we need to fill as well. And it is going to take a team to lead our state to the next level.
What can you do as a result of this endorsement that you couldn't do yesterday as a candidate?
Look, I think that there's a couple of logistical elements that relate to the state party that allow us to work together with a one-team mentality, especially since I'm an outsider candidate that's not in statewide office. That is a distinction that relates to some technicalities of how some things work. But now we're going to be able to work together with the Republican Party of Ohio with a one-team mentality focused on winning in November of 2026. I hope not just winning by a small margin, but winning by such a decisive margin that we have the unity not only to lead Ohio to the next level, but a governing mandate to move quickly with an agenda that's focused on, again, not left versus right, but up instead of down. And that is one of the things that I hope to lay the groundwork with right now, with the preparedness that we'd be able to enter office with policy depth, with the alignment of great leaders across the state, many of us already working together, both chambers of the legislature. The GOP caucuses of both of them have already endorsed me, and that means we've gotten to know each other well. To have that running start, I hope sprinting start to what is a successful administration when I take office, hopefully in January 2027, if the voters give us that privilege.
What do you
Thank
make of
you.
Jim
Thank you.
Tressel's
Thank
statement? What do
you.
you make of
Thank you.
Jim Tressel's
Thank you.
statement?